Imagine sitting on your couch, watching a cartoon, laughing at yellow characters living in a strange little town called Springfield. It feels silly, harmless, and exaggerated. But what if I told you this very cartoon has, time and time again, looked into the future and revealed what was coming, sometimes years, even decades before it actually happened? Welcome to The Simpsons, a show that has been running for more than 3 decades and has somehow gained a reputation as the world's most unlikely fortune teller. Could a group of writers and animators really predict the future? Or are we witnessing something far stranger, something that makes us question how history unfolds? Our journey begins with one of the most famous and shocking predictions of all: the rise of Donald Trump to the presidency of the United States. In the year 2000, an episode aired showing Lisa Simpson as president, and she casually mentioned that her administration had inherited a budget crisis from none other than President Trump. At the time, Trump was just a businessman and a celebrity, famous for his wealth, his buildings, and his larger-than-life personality. The very idea of him becoming president felt like a joke, and yet, 16 years later, in 2016, the joke became reality. Millions of Americans watched in shock as the cartoon prediction turned into history. How could a comedy show see this coming? Was it luck, or did the creators notice patterns in society that others ignored? But that's only the beginning. Consider the invention of smartwatches. In a 1995 episode, Lisa visits the future, and her fiancé casually talks to a device strapped to his wrist. Back then, people could barely imagine phones small enough to carry in their pocket, let alone a watch that could answer calls, send messages, and even monitor your health. Fast forward to today, and smartwatches are everywhere. Apple, Samsung, and countless other companies sell them, and they've become part of daily life. Once again, The Simpsons was there first, planting the image of wearable technology long before Silicon Valley made it real. Then there's autocorrect, the frustrating invention we all both love and hate. In a 1994 episode, a character tries to write a simple note on a device that looks like an early digital organizer. Instead of spelling what he intended, the device hilariously changes the word, leading to complete confusion. At the time, people laughed at the absurdity. Now, decades later, autocorrect is part of every smartphone and text message conversation. We've all experienced the same comedic frustration that the show imagined, proving yet again that life sometimes imitates art. But the predictions don't stop with technology. Some touch on world events, bizarre coincidences, and mysteries that remain unexplained to this day. In 2012, a Simpsons episode showed the Higgs boson equation, also known as the God particle, written on a chalkboard. Scientists didn't confirm the Higgs boson's existence until the following year, in 2013. How could a cartoon writer randomly stumble upon a formula that mirrored one of the most important scientific discoveries of the modern age? Some say it was careful research. Others whisper that maybe, just maybe, there's something more mysterious in play, something that goes beyond coincidence. What's even stranger is how many of these predictions tie back to real history, shaping the way we look at the past and future. We live in a world where unexplained events, ancient mysteries, and hidden historical secrets still puzzle us. And here, a cartoon has become part of that puzzle. Was it all just luck, or is The Simpsons tapping into something we don't fully understand? Stay with me, because the predictions only get stranger from here. Now let's step deeper into the world of The Simpsons, where comedy meets prophecy. Imagine watching an episode years ago that shows the construction of a skyscraper in a Middle Eastern city. a skyscraper that looked eerily like London's Shard. The episode aired in 1995, long before the actual Shard was even designed. Then, in 2009, construction began, and by 2012, the building stood tall in London, almost identical to what appeared on television nearly 2 decades earlier. How could a fictional cartoon skyline accidentally include one of Europe's most iconic modern buildings? Was it random imagination, or could the writers somehow anticipate architectural trends? The show also eerily predicted the winner of the Super Bowl not once, but several times. In a 1992 episode, The Simpsons showed the Washington Redskins winning. Shockingly, the Redskins did win that year. Later, the show predicted the Denver Broncos and even the Patriots would win in seasons that lined up with reality. Fans began wondering if the writers had some strange insight into the future of sports. Was it a clever gamble based on strong teams of the time, or another bizarre coincidence stacking up? Then comes one of the darkest and most unsettling predictions: the 9/11 attacks. In a 1997 episode, a magazine cover briefly showed the number 9 next to the silhouette of the Twin Towers, forming what looked like 9/11. To some, it was nothing more than an eerie coincidence. To others, it felt like a warning hidden in plain sight. Even though the writers insisted it was pure chance, fans still revisit that image with chills, wondering how a cartoon could unknowingly echo one of the most tragic days in American history. There's also the Disney-Fox merger. Back in 1998, an episode featured a quick gag where 20th Century Fox was shown as a division of Walt Disney Co. Ew, at the time, it was played for laughs. Nobody thought it would ever happen. But in 2019, Disney officially acquired 21st Century Fox for more than $70 billion, making the joke a startling reality. How could the writers have known that 2 of the biggest names in entertainment would join forces decades later? And it doesn't stop there. The show predicted video chat in the early 1990s, long before Skype, Zoom, or FaceTime became part of everyday life. It predicted farm-to-table food trends, faulty voting machines, and even the Nobel Prize winners. Time and time again, the cartoon world of Springfield seems to mirror our own in ways too uncanny to ignore. But here's where the real mystery lies. Is this all just pattern recognition? Humans are wired to find meaning in coincidences, to connect dots even when there may be no hidden design. Maybe The Simpsons simply created thousands of jokes over the years, and by the law of probability, a handful were bound to come true. Or maybe, as some believe, these aren't coincidences at all. Maybe the writers saw deeper into history and human behavior, predicting events that were inevitable, even if the rest of us couldn't see them yet. As we piece together these strange predictions, one thing becomes clear. The Simpsons isn't just a cartoon. It has become part of cultural history, a mirror reflecting both the past and the future, leaving us to wonder what other secrets might still be hidden in its colorful frames. And the strangest predictions are still to come. The final part of our journey brings us to predictions so wild, so bizarre, that they leave even skeptics speechless. Take, for instance, the prediction of Ebola. In a 1997 episode, Marge tells Bart to read a book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. At the time, Ebola was not widely known in the United States. It wasn't until the 2014 outbreak in West Africa that Ebola became a terrifying household name. How could a throwaway book title on a children's cartoon foreshadow one of the deadliest outbreaks in modern history? Another spine-tingling prediction involves autocorrect's big brother, artificial intelligence. In multiple episodes, robots, smart homes, and even self-driving cars are shown taking over daily life. Today, AI is everywhere. From voice assistants to self-driving cars being tested on unsolved streets, the future that looked like science fiction in Springfield is now our present. The predictions seem endless, but one of the strangest involves Richard Branson, the billionaire behind Virgin Galactic. In a 2014 episode, the show depicted Branson floating in space, smiling in zero gravity. Fast forward, and Branson himself traveled into space in 2021, fulfilling the cartoon's vision almost exactly. There's also the prediction of Greece's economic crisis. In a 2012 episode, Homer sees a ticker on the news that reads, "Europe puts Greece on eBay." Just 3 years later, Greece faced a severe financial collapse that dominated global headlines. What was meant as a joke turned into a chillingly accurate commentary on world events. And finally, one of the most jaw-dropping, the prediction of Kamala Harris's outfit at the U.S. presidential inauguration. In a 2000 episode, Lisa Simpson becomes president wearing a purple suit with pearls. In 2021, Kamala Harris, the first female vice president of the United States, wore almost the exact same outfit. The image of Lisa and Harris side by side stunned the world. Was it just costume coincidence, or did reality copy fiction once again? So, what does all of this mean? Some believe The Simpsons simply creates so many jokes and stories that eventually, some will line up with real life. Others believe the show taps into something deeper, an ability to see patterns and outcomes before they unfold. Either way, it blurs the line between history, mystery, and entertainment. As we look back, these predictions leave us with more questions than answers. How could a cartoon so often mirror real history? Are we witnessing coincidences stacked high, or something that challenges the way we think about time, creativity, and destiny? One thing is certain. The Simpsons is no ordinary show. It has etched itself into the fabric of pop culture, creating mysteries that historians, scientists, and everyday fans continue to debate. And perhaps, hidden in the episodes yet to be watched, lies the next great prediction waiting to come true. So, what do you think? Are these predictions simply accidents of creativity? Or is there something more mysterious at work? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you believe. And if you enjoyed this journey through strange history and unexplained events, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more, and hit the bell so you never miss the next mystery we uncover.